Are higher prices here to stay?
I believe it's transitory.
You had claimed you felt inflation was, at that point, transitory. Do you still believe that today?
So,
very short, please.
I think when I use the word transitory, I was thinking that it's related to the pandemic, and that when the pandemic goes away, that will make a big difference.
Do you still believe it's transitory?
That. I believe that the pandemic, unfortunately, has been and will be longer lasting than I anticipated.
I'm ready to retire the word transitory. I can agree that that hasn't been an apt description of what we're dealing with.
I think we'll see a substantial reduction in inflation in the year ahead.
It's going to take a year.
Well, I believe by the end of next year, you will see much lower inflation if there's not an unanticipated shock. You know, we're likely to see another year in which 12-month inflation numbers remain very uncomfortably high.
China and the Taiwan Strait scenario, in our select committee work, we did a tabletop exercise, and in response to sanctions against a Chinese scenario where there would be an invasion of Taiwan, the scenario was that China, the second largest foreign creditor of U.S. Treasuries, would dump that $859 billion in Treasury securities. How are you working with our allies internationally and also the Federal Reserve to deal with a situation where China would dump that volume of Treasury securities overnight?
So we are not engaging in specific exercises to address such a risk, but the United States, the National Security Council, is certainly concerned on an ongoing basis.
Well, Madam Secretary, I would encourage Treasury to make preparations and be on the ready for that scenario and work with the Fed on that and our allies.
When did you learn about the China email hacking? I'm curious if you had a chance to maybe bring this up on your trip to Beijing.
I believe I did not know about that in Beijing. It wasn't one of the things that we discussed. Overall annual inflation has declined every month for the past year, and our economy continues to grow. In the longer term, the United States remains the world's largest, most dynamic, and most innovative economy, with the strongest financial system in the world. Fitch's decision is puzzling in light of the economic strength we see in the United States. I strongly disagree with Fitch's decision, and I believe it is entirely unwarranted.